Hello everyone! We're live here from Temple Bar in Dublin.
How did we get here?
Not by sleigh this time, but...
And a very happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. And from Archie and myself and all the team at the Piano Academy of Ireland, in this, our 15th year, welcome to this year's first Limerick writing contest. It's been a huge amount of fun putting all of this together, and you are in for a feast of clever Limerick finalists who hail from all over the world. The talent has been phenomenal, and it has been a huge amount of fun.
It sure has. Limerick is just perfect for the pub, so I'd say we should just head in and grab a pint. What do you say?
Yes, let's do that.
All right, let's go.
The Limerick is the most popular poem in the world's most widely spoken language, English. Limerick is the only place in Ireland, or indeed the world, to give its name to a form of poetry, or any other literary form. Limerick is the name of both a city and county in the Republic of Ireland, and of a form of poetry. The Limerick is a type of poem which has the following principal features. Firstly, it has 5 lines. Secondly, the rhyme scheme is AA, BBA. Thirdly, lines 1, 2 and 5 rhyme with one another. Fourthly, lines 3 and 4 rhyme with each other. Fifthly, lines 1, 2 and 5 usually have 9 syllables. And sixthly, lines 3 and 4 usually have 6 syllables. There are a number of theories to explaining why the Limerick poem is called a Limerick. Perhaps the most popular theory in Limerick itself is the explanation that the poetic form was invented by the Maig poets Sean O'Toole and Andres McGrath, who used it in their poetry. The Maig poets were a group of poets who lived on the banks of the Maig near Croom in County Limerick. The second theory is that the Limerick gets its name from the chorus, "Will you come to Limerick?", which was used at the end of nonsense lines in the late 19th century. The third theory is that there was a great difficulty of rhyming the word Limerick with any other word, and this resulted in competitions to find the rhyme for Limerick. And finally, there was a theory that the Irish Brigade, which fought in the French army in the 18th century, brought the Limerick to Ireland. Several famous authors have written limericks. They include Edward Lear, who's considered to be the father of the Limerick, even though he never used the term Limerick for this particular form of poetry. Mark Twain, Sir William Schwenk Gilbert of Gilbert and Sullivan fame, George Bernard Shaw, H.G. Wells, James Joyce, Rudyard Kipling, and Spike Milligan.
One day, she was looking for me, singing the tune of Do Re Mi. So I come to show, playing the piano. She continued, Fa Sol La Ti. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Bohol, Philippines!
It's great to be in Ireland, with music oh so grand. A piano festival we'll all play on this really special day to honour the saint of our land. Best of luck to everyone in the piano festival.
A man with a musical bent found he couldn't quite find all the rent. He thought, hey, hello, I'll hawk le piano, to find it was already lent.
My name is Aaron Catalan and this is my Limerick. Its name is Ruprecht. There once was a young man who played piano for a parade. It was all rather swell, but no one could tell. He mimed, it was all a charade.
Said his lordship, you heard what at school? That pianos can poop? You're a fool. Said his wife, well then, Dad, please explain to the lad why we've got a large piano stool. Now from Bristol, allow me to say, let's have a great St. Patrick's Day. The piano's fine voice makes the youngsters rejoice, so the best of luck when you each play.
I have 2 left feet for hands. From playing the piano, I've been banned. When the pianist fell ill, 'twas her role I got to fill. Quite the lesson in supply and demand. I applaud something you can actually do with 2 left feet for hands. All the piano players in the festival wish us for a great time, all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the United States. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye-bye. Ooh, waving. Another thing you can do with 1 left foot for hand. Take care. Bye-bye.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone, from Limerick's sister city, Spokane, Washington, in the United States. I'm Brandon Rankin, and I wanted to wish all of the young piano players good luck in their future endeavors, and I wanted to share with you a limerick. So greetings from the inland northwest, where the cold will make it a test. Jump up on the keys while you can play them with ease, before you freeze and call out in duress. It wouldn't be St. Patrick's Day here in the States without a little bit of green, so I wanted to show everyone that. And again, wish everyone good luck. Have fun.
There once was a piano called Steinway, which was lovingly played in its heyday. It gave pleasure to winners as well as beginners, but now it's for auction on eBay. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Killaloe, County Clare, and the best of luck to all the young piano players in the festival.
My piano sat gathering dust, but my mother said, "Practice you must." So I started off slow, only 2 years ago. Now my skills are what earned me my crust. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, and the very best of luck to all of the young players in the festival.
While tuning my upright pianoforte, the tuner was so lost in his thoughts he reversed all the strings. Now the top octave sings as low as a bass at a party. Wishing you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day from County Kildare, and best wishes especially to everybody taking part in the 11th National Piano Festival. Bye.
Hello to everyone at the Piano Academy. It's David here, your music theory teacher. A very happy St. Patrick's Day. I hope you're all wearing some green, and a very happy piano festival as well. It's been amazing what I've heard so far, and I'm very proud of you all. I think you're wonderful. All the teachers have been asked to come up with some limericks, and I came up with one about our very own Dr. Archie Chen. It goes like this. There once was a talented Archie. On piano, he never played harshly. His hands moved so fast, Chopin was a blast. But on fiddle, he often played sharply. Happy St. Patrick's Day, guys, and I hope you all have a great remainder of the festival. All the best. Bye.
We relish the fiddle and bow, and the Irish harp, dulcet and low. The tin whistle is sweet, with the boron's deep beat. But I most love the piano. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Best of luck to all musicians and limerick writers from Oakdale, Washington State, North America.
"Why is my keyboard so squeaky?" said the boy to his mum quite meekly. "It's been so for a while, though spattered with oil, when you fry up the sausages weekly."
Hello, my name is Emma. I am the Office Administrator at the Piano Academy of Ireland in Rathgar. This little limerick I've composed is about Sigrid, one of the tutors at the school. There once was a girl from Norway. She was gifted at the pianoforte. She arrived in Rathgar, and after just a few bars, Rona said, "Can you start right away?"
There was a piano named Mo, who could only move round real slow, with his frame made of iron and his strings in recline. His hammer still played do, re, mi, so.
A young girl had a touch light as pebbles. Her piano won trophies and medals. But as for legato, she could only staccato, for her legs were too short for the pedals. And happy St. Patrick's Day, and good luck to all the other piano players in the festival.
Bob played on the concert grand, but he only had use of one hand. He lost the other in a fight with his brother over who was in the best band. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone!
He made the keys thrill when in Mayo, so gifted that all would agree so. He mastered the flute and went on to the lute, and in hip-hop he danced and sang hey-ho. Happy St. Patrick's Day to all, and the best of luck to all the young pianists in the finals this year. Good luck.
There's a fab piano school in Rathgar. You can get there by foot or by car. During pandemic gloom, there's the option of Zoom, so your classes are never too far.
There was once a rich man called Liano who bought a big grand piano, but when he got to his house the cost was announced and now his car's a wheelbarrow.
Never you've seen the like before. An elephant playing piano, I'm sure. With an abundance of shock, I turn and I clock. It's actually Big Jess from next door.
A piano was made out of wood, and over in the corner it stood. When you press on its keys it'll play what you please, so play it now, if you could. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Galway.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from Kirkland, Washington. There once was a long hidden score that recently turned into lore, which Mozart did write for keys black and white, so could there be possibly more?
Two boys were born the same year, both with a musical ear. Handel and Bach breezed through Baroque, though they never did meet, I fear.
My grandpa's been playing for years. The baby grand brings him to tears. His face will contort, and notes he'll distort, as all of us cover our ears.
Our most famous pianist called Fred practiced on keyboards in bed. He loved playing Adagio, but his tuck stank for Maggio. He performed in his PJs instead. Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Did you practice, she asked, every day? I said yes and attempted to play. But she knew, like by magic, my piano was tragic, and her nerves, they were starting to fray. That's the entry from Dublin 14, Ireland. Lo e le porrick Giv Galer, and wishing all the contestants in this year's Piano Festival the very best of luck. Can't wait to hear you all. Bye!
If playing the piano while drinking, it's wise to confine all your plinking to the pale scale of C, where no sharps or flats be, thus hedging your chances of stinking. Very happy St. Patrick's Day to you from Rathmines.
In London, it's called a Joanna because that's how they pronounce piano. It's got 88 keys, partly made of trees, and plays anything from jazz to Rihanna. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Donegal, and best of luck to all the young piano players in the festival.
Golden pedals and shiny white keys. This piano thought it could do trapeze. When it sprang from the rope, we nearly had stroke, but it all seemed to look like a breeze. Happy St. Patrick's Day from Galway.
There was once a guy in the keys who played whatever he pleased. His jazz was so hot that it burned on the spot, and his blues were so cool that they would freeze.
So, hello, Dr. Matthew Potter. It's an absolute pleasure to finally meet you. We've been chatting here and there on the phone, but this is the first chance we get to see each other face to face, and it's an absolute pleasure. Dr.
Thank you so much.
From the curator of the Limerick Museum.
That's right.
Tell me, you've been having a blast listening to all these limericks.
I have. I think the standard of the entries was extremely high, and it was actually quite a difficult task to choose the winners because there were so many that were so good. But I think it was a very pleasurable experience to read them, and also, of course, to hear them being delivered.
Absolutely, indeed it was. We've had just the most fun that we've had, I think, these last few months.
Yes.
And receiving the limericks in the text form was one thing. We were able to kind of imagine, visualize the limerick, but then receiving the videos then afterwards was also a really, really fun thing to bring them to life, so to speak.
Very much so. Very much so.
So you've given us so much information about the history of the Limerick. That's just been really, really great. And it answered so many questions that I had, and I'm sure many of our listeners have had as well. So thank you so much for that.
You're most welcome.
So tell me, what would be the usual setting of a typical Limerick competition?
A Limerick competition would generally be held in a hotel or in a public house or in a restaurant or someplace like that. And there would tend to be a stipulation that not only would the person compose the Limerick, but they would also deliver it.
Mm-hmm.
So the actual recitation of the poem is a very significant part of the process. So it's because Limericks, of course, are meant to be performed as well as written or just read. So that would be the normal procedure when for a Limerick competition.
Absolutely. And how do you go about judging a Limerick?
There will be a number of factors that I would examine. First of all, that they would adhere to the rules governing the composition of Limericks. Secondly, the delivery, how well they actually perform the Limerick. And thirdly, I suppose then the actual punch of the Limerick, if it's actually funny or witty. Those would be the three main factors.
Yes, indeed. And there's been lots of very humorous Limericks.
Very much so.
This time. Was this the first time you had a theme, like the piano theme, with the Limerick contest, or?
No, there would often be a theme, but this was probably a more specific theme than some of the others. Some of the earlier themes that I worked on when I was judging Limerick competitions were somewhat vaguer. So this one was a much tighter theme, and therefore, of course, it was more challenging for the authors to actually produce a lyric on this particular theme. And I think it's a tribute to them that they did so successfully.
So now we have to come down to the what we've all been waiting for, which is for you to announce the results of this year's contest. And we'd be most honoured if you could let us know what your top selections were.
Very good. Thank you so much. The first category we have is very highly commended. And by the way, I'm announcing them in reverse order. So I'll finish with the person who emerged as the winner. So the very highly commended Bob Turvey of Bristol in the United Kingdom.
Said his lordship, "You heard what at school? The pianos can poop, you're a fool." Said his wife, "Well now, Dad, please explain to the lad why we've got a large piano stool." Now from Bristol, allow me to say, let's have a great St. Patrick's Day. The piano's fine voice makes the youngsters rejoice, so the best of luck when you each play.
Bonnie Neubauer of Havertown, Pennsylvania, USA.
I have 2 left feet for hands. From playing the piano, I've been banned. When the pianist fell ill, 'twas her role I got to fill. Quite the lesson in supply and demand. I applaud, something you can actually do with 2 left feet for hands, all the piano players in the festival. Wishes for a great time, all the way from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in the United States. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye-bye. Ooh, waving. Another thing you can do with 1 left foot for hand. Take care.
Then we come to the third ranking Limericks, and we had a joint third actually. Again, shows how close the contest was. One of the 2 third ranking Limericks was from Emily McCarthy of Dublin in Ireland.
A young girl had a touch light as pebbles. Her piano won trophies and medals. But as for legato, she could only staccato, for her legs were too short for the pedals.
And the other was from Mac Chen, Kirkland, Washington, United States of America.
There once was a long hidden score that recently turned into lore, which Mozart did write for keys black and white. So could there be possibly more?
Now I come to the second ranking Limericks, and again we had a tie for joint second, again showing how high the standard was. So the first of the two joint seconds, Ciara Cassoni of Kells in County Meath in Ireland.
My piano sat gathering dust, but my mother said, practice you must. So I started off slow, only 2 years ago. Now my skills are what earned me my crust. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everybody, and the very best of luck to all of the young players in the festival.
And Dick Warwick of Oakdale, Washington, United States.
We relish the fiddle and bow, and the Irish harp, dulcet and low. The tin whistle is sweet, with the bodhran's deep beat, but I most love the piano. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Best of luck to all musicians and limerick writers from Oakdale, Washington State, North America.
So now I come to the winner. The winner of the competition is Dave O'Sullivan from County Kildare in Ireland.
While tuning my upright pianoforte, the tuner was so lost in his thoughts he reversed all the strings. Now the top octave sings as low as a bass at a party. Wishing you all a very happy St. Patrick's Day from County Kildare, and best wishes especially to everybody taking part in the 11th National Piano Festival. Bye.
Very well done, Dave.
Well, that's just absolutely brilliant. And thank you so much for your generosity in spreading these awards so far. And it is just great to see that we had some very good children writers in this year's Limerick contest.
Yes.
Throughout, I think we had more than 70 entries. There was clearly some seasoned writers in there, I think you could probably tell.
Yes, definitely.
And of the children involved this year was, I think, just really, really great and very encouraging for the future.
Yes. Very much so, very much so. And I'd just like to thank you as well for asking me to judge this competition. I'm very honoured to be asked.
Thank you so much, Dr. Potter, and we shall see each other again. Thank you.
My favourite limerick is one that was written by the British Prime Minister Clement Attlee. He was leader of the Labour Party from 1935 to 1955 and Prime Minister from 1945 to 51. Attlee wrote the following limerick on his career. Few thought he was even a starter. There were many who thought themselves smarter. But he finished PM, a CH and a WM, an Earl and a Knight of the Garter.